there, this is Flo and I'm back with another tutorial. Today we're going to be making this top. This is a continuation of our 1 yard series. Last week we made an apron right here.
For this project, you're going to need your tape measure, your scissors, and your 1 yard of African print fabric or any other fabric of your choice. You're going to fold it twice to make a perfect square and then make sure it's nice and flat. Then using your tape measure, you're going to measure 4 inches by 4 inches and mark there. And this is me now measuring it at the top, another 4 inch. And I'll then cut the 4 inch mark at the top, and that's what I'm left with. I'm now measuring the hem, and this is my waist plus 4 inches on fold, and I will just cut that. For me, that was around 9.5 inches on fold. You're gonna multiply that by 4 to get the full circumference. All right, so that's what we have. And as you can see, that's the sleeve area. Now when I open it, I'm just gonna place it on my neck to see if it's the right fit. For me, it kind of was a little bit small, so I decided to add that neckline and make sure that it is wide enough to go through my head, whether I have my wig or my natural hair. That's the most important thing. You got to go through the head, and that is just perfect for me now. I love how it's looking. And then the other thing would be to actually put it over my head and make sure that it goes through, and also check the waist area if it's gonna be comfortable once I sew it together. I don't need it too tight. I just want a nice float on the waist detail, like so. So that's kind of giving me a rough idea of what to expect in my final product.
Good lighting today. Amen to that. Last time I forgot to turn on the light. I'm sorry. Now there's a lot of stuff going on back there. Don't worry. That's my girl Coco. I use her to practice my head wrap styles and use those to educate my customers on how to wrap their hair. I have a series called Wrap Friday. I've taken a break for now, but you can go to Africa's Closet and check it out and see the different ways you can wrap your hair. Now back to what we're doing today. So I just cut this piece, and now we are going to hem the neckline. I want it to be super cute. Now if you notice, this one is kind of funny. It kind of looks like it's a V and it's not. Well, this was my very first one to do among the many things that I've taught myself to make. I'm always proud of my work and I can always go back and fix it. Not to worry. Now I want to make this a little bit fancy for my peoples, so we're gonna use the fancy binder. That's the one that I use. Okay, I got it on Amazon. This is the best one for necklines because it's a little bit wider and good enough, especially for you as a beginner. You don't want to get those tiny ones because they come in different types and sizes, and the little ones, I find them a little bit tricky to maneuver. You can use an iron if you don't have the bias, and just iron the edges all around, and be careful when you finally sew it down on how you go around your corners. You need to be very slow and precise. Okay guys, all done. We now have our neckline hemmed. Now the one thing that you need to have in mind when using bias tape is to always check both sides of the bias and make sure that your stitch work is neat and is on both sides, because sometimes when you're working with bias you might miss, you know, a piece, especially if you don't pin it well. So you gotta be careful about that and make sure that you have beautiful stitching. You know, try. I know it's not easy the first time, but just make sure you have, you know, good stitch work, because that's what most customers look at as well. Now the next thing to do is, now that we've done with the neck, we're gonna do this part and this part. So we're gonna join the sides. Before you do the sides, you have to make sure that the bottom side is shorter and then the sleeves are longer. So we're gonna pin right here, sew down all the way to meet the hem. Now we are done with our sides from the sleeve, and as you can see, I cleaned my edges with a serger. This one right here, it's an overlock machine. It's a little bit loud and it can be complicated, especially if you're a beginner, how to especially thread and get it to work right. But with practice, you can get better at it. I will next time show you how I use my serger, and I also recommend a book that helped me when I was starting. And when you buy one, they always send, you know, a little booklet to guide you as well. Now the last part of the project is to hem the bottom. I'm gonna use the serger to clean up my edges and then hem. If you don't have a serger or an overlock machine, you can easily just fold it over and then fold it again and sew. I'm so excited to show you the final look. So let me go try this on my haul of fabulousness. This is the final product. I love it. I know it doesn't have the same sleeve length as the first one that I showed you in the beginning, but it's because African print fabrics are a little bit rigid. They don't flow. They're a little bit stiff, and so that can limit the flow of the garment, but it's very roomy and breezy. I can see myself wearing this for winter as a, you know, layer, an extra layer, and I can also see myself wearing this for summer, you know, as a cover up. So there you have it. I also was able to save this. I stitched together the pieces that were left on my sleeve, and I'm gonna just use this to accessorize my final look. It's kind of hard to do it without a mirror. I know there's a mirror right here next to me. Let's see how we're gonna do this. Yes, check me out. So that's how you make your easy and quick Ankara float crop top. I am looking forward to seeing some of your pictures. Please tag me if you make this on Insta at Floise Njeru. Cannot wait to see what you guys make. You can either make it with African print fabric or you can make it with any other flowy fabric. It turns out great. Thank you so much for giving me your time and for watching. I am so excited. These are projects that could help you if you're working from home, to rekindle your love for sewing if you lost it, and to maybe elevate it and turn it into a business, you know. So it's all about growth. I will see you next time. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what else you want me to feature. I have already featured an apron. This is now a top. I'm not gonna tell you what the next one will be, but you're gonna love it. Okay, all right, bye. Have a wonderful weekend. Mwah.